Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change plays an important role in helping our people understand issues that affect how we live and survive, especially the state of our environment directly impacts our daily lives, our communities. Honorable Speaker, we are committed to ensure that information is shared with the public in a way that is clear, simple, and easy to understand. Honorable Speaker, especially in light of the current proposed waste-to-energy project, where documents were provided, as well as questions asked during public consultations, we have the opportunity to be able to explain very simply to our people who attended the consultations what a lot of the technical terms mean. This is important, Honorable Speaker, as we engage with the public, engage with our people to be able to receive information very simply. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry does deal with very technical topics, often includes complex terms, scientific language, and many acronyms that can be difficult to understand. The same for me, Honorable Speaker, when I first came into the Ministry, I quickly realized how there were many acronyms that I needed to learn. So it is important that the language is understood very simply by our people. The technical information, Honorable Speaker, to be communicated, especially on environment and climate change, is why we have taken steps to have a clear and structured approach to make sure this information is easy to understand. Firstly, we take technical data and scientific findings and simplify them into plain language while still keeping them accurate, breaking down complex ideas into real-life examples so people can relate to them. For example, explaining about rising sea levels, when you talk about 1.5 degrees Celsius, what does that mean? And also the effect on coastal communities and the need for adaptation, mitigation, relocation, what does it all mean? And also about waste management initiatives, like how trash booms work, or the need to attend international climate meetings, what that means for Fiji. We also have different communication platforms, like ministries do. We have a radio and television, newspapers and social media, where our staff or our technical team do attend and explain very simply as well what certain programs within the ministry are in simple terms. Honorable Speaker, we have the Climate Change Portal. This is actually already set up under the Climate Change Act of 2021. And yes, it is designed so that climate information is made more available. It is an important tool that helps us share information in one place. It allows anyone, even including us here in the House, to access that information, to have reliable and up-to-date information. It also contains information briefs, such as those developed with our partners like GGI, GIZ, particularly on planned relocation. These are designed to explain these complex issues in a simple way. Honorable Speaker, in terms of sharing information, it's not just about the technical terms, but we also support communities who wish to access climate financing directly. So there are usually offers that are made by donors where communities can access this climate funding. So we assist our communities in preparing their proposals to apply for this climate funding that they can benefit from directly. Also through our workshops with natural resource owners in the Natural Resource Owners Committees, or NROCs, we provide training, or what's called write shops, for those that attend to learn how to prepare proposals as well. And we do see them through with them and help to submit it as well. Honorable Speaker, it's important to note that the communities know, or people know, that our doors are always open to assist our people who need assistance when it comes to very complex projects or very technical terms, as well as assistance in strengthening or developing or strengthening their proposals. Honorable Speaker, we do work closely with our community leaders as well as civil society organizations down to our grassroots level. Our goal is not just to provide this information, but also to make sure our people understand it. And we do need to work together, Honourable Speaker. We need to build resilience. Information is very important, and that our people make informed decisions. Thank you.